They'll run with a former Viking, Cordero Patterson. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Foles. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Foles. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And some room to maneuver. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Vikings.
The ball carrier,
Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead.
Dan Bailey lining up.
Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down and score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession and try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses. Without
a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
At the 27-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Patterson. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
He was brought down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now Foles. And that will be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress, and I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Take it at the 37. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Bears take over.
48-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
At the 47-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Patterson. And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now Jackson. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On second down now, it's Cook. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
It's a gain of 7.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so he didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 42. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Minnesota.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
Jackson's pass.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Jefferson. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 36-yard line. That's the end of the 1st quarter with the score Vikings 7, Bears nothing.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Back to the ground, Cook. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And always a good 1st half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
They'll take over.
It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the 1st half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
Touchdown.
23 yards for the touchdown. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 21-0.
Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They run with Patterson. Trying to find some space to turn upfield, but this defense having none of it. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
It's now 3rd down and 6.
The Bears on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll set up a throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. The 30. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Intercepted by the Vikings.
2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
Incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Again, Jackson. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
The score, Vikings 28, Bears nothing. Dan
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From the 24, Jackson lets it fly for Thielen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
To me, the defense was a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they've come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play.
At their own 45-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Not a lot of headway on that carry. But when you're dealing with a defensive line that can cover up your center, sometimes you got to think about getting out of that play. Not going to be a lot of space when that happens.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. Patterson on the draw play.
And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
He's tackled at the...
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 3.
Eddy Piñeiro on now for the Bears. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. This is up and good from Piñeiro. And that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10.
And he stopped immediately there.
The ball carried.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
From the gun, Jackson.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away.
And it's fielded at the 34. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
4-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears cut into that lead. And this is up and good. It cuts the lead to 28-10 now.
Makes the score Vikings 28, Bears 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Play action. Now Jackson. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the pick six we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a 2-possession game as they control their destiny in this 4th quarter. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Jackson now. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
And 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. Gonna let one fly. That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 47 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch it and see what's going on.
Now cooking it, and he lost the football. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. And once again, he's going to be stopped up behind the line. Second straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit. The Vikings on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. Lets it fly for Thielen. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
On 2nd down, Cook. Now Cook hit and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. To the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
Minnesota.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
So on the big tight end, Holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Play action. It's Jackson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Walters with a grab over the middle. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Minnesota.
Taking it in from 11 yards one's out. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35. Bears 17.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Patterson on the carry. And he's got room. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his feet as far as he's concerned.
What are you saying? I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely. Still got a lot of life left in those legs.
1 yard gain.
Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. He'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Nick Foles.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Not easy for Nick Foles and the Bears now. 3rd and long after the sack. He's going to let it fly. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bears get a bit closer. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now.
Makes the score Vikings 35, Bears 24. Eddie Pinheiro to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show.
The ball carrier.
We got a plane to catch.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9. Today's final score.
They put up their goal at the beginning of the season, and that was to win 7 games, and now they've accomplished that mission.
And congratulations.